prayer in the field of silence, when the eye between worlds begins to see. In the stillness that comes before thought, before motion, before even identity takes shape, there is a sacred quiet that lives within the body, not a silence of absence, but a presence so complete it no longer needs to announce itself. In this silence, something ancient awakens. Something small and hidden, like a pine cone wrapped in the memory of stars. It lives inside the cave of the skull, not as a fantasy or myth, but as a real physical structure, and yet its function reaches far beyond the material. It has been called the eye between worlds, not for the sake of mystery, but because when it opens, it sees what the ordinary eyes cannot. This is the eye that watches from within, the subtle compass that aligns with invisible truth, waiting quietly until we become still enough to feel it. And so I come now not to ask for visions or answers, but to listen. I come not to be entertained, but to be emptied. Not to perform, but to be present. Let this body become a vessel for frequencies that exist just beyond the edge of the known. Let the breath become the invitation. Let the stillness open the gate. May the sacred fluid that moves within the spine rise like a tide of light, carrying with it old wisdom and quiet intelligence, moving upward toward the hidden center behind the eyes. Let that gentle tide press softly into the crystals that rest within this small but powerful gland, the one tucked between the hemispheres of thought and dreaming, and may the pressure not come from effort but from surrender. The pineal gland does not awaken through willpower. It responds to harmony. It listens for coherence. It becomes alive when the heart beats in reverence, and when the mind lets go of noise. This gland is not just an organ, it is a bridge, a transmitter, a gate through which awareness expands. It receives what is beyond sound and shape, tuning into a field that contains not just matter but possibility. So I offer this moment as a prayer. I offer this body as an altar. I offer my breath as an act of devotion. May the systems within me align. May the flow be gentle. May the inner waters move in rhythm with the field. And in that subtle pressure that builds, may the spark awaken, not with a flash but with grace. And if, through this coherence, the eye within begins to hum, if matter and spirit begin to resonate, may I have the humility to receive without grasping, the clarity to observe without expectation, and the trust to surrender without fear. Let the veil thin, not as an escape but as a return. Let the illusion of separation dissolve, not so I may run from the world but so I may remember it rightly. For when this inner eye opens, it does not show us fantasy. It shows us truth that was always here, covered by the noise of what we thought we knew. And as I sink deeper into this stillness, time itself begins to loosen. The ticking fades. The past and future collapse into presence. I do not journey through time. Time releases its grip, and what remains is breath, unfolding in eternity. O field of intelligence, you who live beyond my eyes, beyond my ears, beyond all the senses I was taught to trust, I feel you now from within. You are not elsewhere. You are not far. You are this living frequency that speaks not in words, but in the pulse beneath silence. You are this soft vibration that becomes the very texture of love. Let this pineal gland, this small and sacred core of light, become what it was always meant to be, a lamp that shines inward. Let it guide not to illusion but to insight, not to spectacle but to wisdom. And if the powerful force known in ancient traditions as the inner fire begins to stir, the current that moves upward along the spine with heat and light and intelligence, may it rise not to overwhelm but to integrate. Let this sacred force of awakening move in rhythm with the body. Let it meet the inner eye in stillness. Let it bow not in domination but in union. I release the desire to control the vision. I release the pressure to create an experience. I allow myself to wait not passively but with presence. For when the inner eye opens, it does not come to entertain the small self. It comes to dismantle it. Not to escape the world but to reveal its deeper truth. In this state of expanded perception, I do not leave the body behind. I return to it more fully, not as a burden, but as the sacred vessel through which spirit and matter meet. I become the tuning fork of the field. I become the place where the invisible takes form. And if, in this sacred alignment, the gland releases its natural chemistry, if, in this heightened state, it produces that rare and powerful compound which opens perception to unseen realms, then may it not pull me away from life, but deeper into it. Let this inner release become not a high, but a remembering. Not a trip, but a turning inward to the source of the stars, to the music beneath the world of matter. I bow to the mystery of this mechanism, this gland that watches from within. Its silence speaks volumes. Its stillness teaches without effort. Its humility opens gates that thought cannot even approach. So I offer this breath, this stillness, this sacred body held between earth and sky. I offer it to the quantum field of intelligence that surrounds and saturates all things. I ask not for a miracle. I ask for presence. I ask not for power. I ask for alignment. I ask not for visions. I ask for truth. Let what is ready awaken. Let what is false dissolve. Let what is hidden be revealed. Let me not become someone new, but become more fully what I have always been. May I shift from a personality to a presence, from a seeker to a signal, from a limited self to an expression of the whole. May I transmit not personal desire, but universal love. May I receive not information, but wisdom that moves from the soul outward. May I become the witness of light flowing through form, and the listener of silence that speaks through every cell. And in the space between heartbeats, in the pause between breaths, in the gap between what is seen and what is known, a door begins to open. And the one who waits behind the eyes, within the secret space of the pineal gate, speaks not with words but with vibration. Let the eye between worlds begin to see. Let it be.